All right. I almost clicked stop streaming. That would have been amazing. First action on stream, end stream. Whoops. All right. We have a new mega mix that I just found that we can listen to. That's cool. Kind of nice. I should have done a post. Oh no, we have two different applications capturing audio output at the same time. That's not good. Let's stop one of those. Ah, we're good. Artists, exactly. I made the joke about Pokemon being stored in the balls on Monday, and I just was staring at the notification, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tweak this slightly. Now art is stored in the balls. On Friday, something else will be stored in the balls. It won't be art, and it won't be Pokemon. I don't know what it'll be. Dude, what's up? Hi. Hi, I know I'm very early, but I had all my stuff done, and I was just sitting here, and it's like, I just want to art. I want to art. Art stuff. Yeah, it's the first time I'm actually doing a YouTube art stream at the same time as a Twitch art stream. I usually don't. Is that too loud, or is that just loud enough? That's definitely too loud. We'll leave it there, and then we'll see. The streamer you watched recently, Jessica, there. What? Us in the YouTube. No. No. No, the Finnick is just Finnick. The Finnick is nothing special. Finnick is just finicking and doing finicky things, as Finnick usually does. Finicky. Hold on one second. Let me get a post out on Blue Sky for this, just in case someone over there cares. I don't think they do, but just in case somebody out there cares. Ow. Oh no! That's it. Dolphy won. It's that day that you were doing Call of Duty. That was the day that did it. Dolphy is now the reigning champion. Congratulations, Dolphy. Your reward is an IOU written on a very soggy and ruined post-it note. Don't ask me where the post-it note was stored. I actually don't know. I just found it. All right. So let's start from the beginning. This is very different from what it looked like last week, because I basically redid the whole thing. Literally. Just completely redid the whole thing. Nothing survived. I literally hit new and just restarted the whole thing. But basically what I had to do is I needed to take what I had last time and flatten it so that instead of us having this weird... I'm not going to say... It was an overhead view. I flattened it down so that we're down here now. I don't know that it's perfect for what I had envisioned, but it's close enough that I don't care. So now we're working on all of the details. You are... Wow. Well, thank you. I'm still experimenting with some things on this, but we're at least basically where we were last week, and we're working on plants now. I've been working on these reeds, and this is the first time that we are not using the line method, because the line method for these would be borderline impossible. But using this paint method that I've been doing, we're getting at least some like variance in the hues and colors to kind of fake shadows and lighting and highlights. Otherwise, this would take hours. So this is where we're at, and this is what we're doing. And now everybody's caught up, so I'm just gonna move on. What needs to be done right now is I actually need a... I'm gonna come in from behind this. I think. Let's look at that. Is that? No, that's not gonna work. Because even if I go through like this... Okay, let's not do it that way then. This is a huge experimentation, by the way. I've never done detailing like this, so this is gonna take me a little bit of back and forth. So get comfy. Y'all are getting an extra 30 minutes of stream, so we can afford to sit here for a second and not do anything productive as we try to figure out how I'm gonna approach this. That one. We have an interesting problem. We have a very interesting problem. Where did I put that? God, I'm an idiot. What? This is what happens when you don't... Oh, here it is. That's not where I expected that to be. That's not at all where I expected that to be. What did I do? What did I do? So I did... Oh, I know what I did. Shit. When next Arc stream? I have absolutely no idea. I genuinely have no idea on Arc. One of those things where I think we did too many Arc stream, or not too many streams, but too many Arc servers back to back. I don't know. We came back on that other one and I had fun the first couple of days, but it's definitely one of those things where I think I've done too many of them. We might be able to do a stream on Friday for that. There's a lot of stuff that's been going through my mind recently in regards to the stream and the way that the stream content has been going, just because of the fact that there's so much stuff that's popping up that I need to work on. This is why we've started doing these Wednesday art streams. Arc isn't real. But I'm not sure. We'll see what Friday brings. I know this isn't the underground theme from Gen 4, but it really sounds like it. So I did that. The pond plants are up there. The pond line is here. That's that sand thing. Means this needs to go on top of that. Oh, jeez. Oh, the way I did this is really weird. No. I understand how I did this. I understand how I did this. Okay. Nope, I'm getting it now. Hold on. I got this. This is gonna look ugly for a second, but just bear with me. Early stream, early high. Dolphin, you say that every time, and then you end up like getting lost in meme photos. This is like that time when you told me that you were gonna finish Pikmin 4. And then you never did. That time Dad went to the store to get milk. He never came back. Okay. Now then. I come in here and I do this now. This really does sound like the underground theme. I wonder if it was created by the same person. Excuse me. I gotta be very careful with this because I don't want it to be too deep green under here. I think I might have gone a little overboard. I can fix that. Yeah, so that gives it some depth. I think that's what I'm going to do for all of these, and then that should look pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that for all of them. I'll look at my own leg. What? The difference is the Pikmin 4 is ass! Wow, what did Pikmin 4 do to you? I actually thought Pikmin 4 was better than Pikmin 3. I don't think it's a hot take to say that Pikmin 4 was superior to Pikmin 3. You need to replay 3. Do I? I don't know that I need to. Need's a very strong word here. No, 3 definitely has the best boss fights. I won't fight you on that. But I still don't like the overworld mechanic. But going through a bitter divorce or something, that was like my first game that I played on the Wii U. It was like, at the time, it was all right, but it's one of those where it just didn't have... It's one of those games where I played it once and I told myself I'm probably never going to play this again. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be convinced at some point. Probably one of those where we might do it whenever we get more free time, if we ever get more free time. The problem is the list of things that I would like to stream is really, really, really high. So we have to get through a lot of stuff first. This is a very strange method that I have chosen here for doing this. It's so different from all the other stuff that I've done. Kind of refreshing. This is like the only part of this piece that's going to be like this right now that I am aware of. Just because, like I said, there's no way I was doing all of these reads by hand. No way. I probably would have crashed out before we got done with it. Let's erase that. So we have 3 hours to work on this tonight. I don't know how much we'll get done, but I think we have a good chance of getting a good chunk of it done. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying good chance. We will get a good chunk of this done. I don't know how much of a chunk it'll be, but we might get pretty close to being done with the whole thing. And then there's Chunky. He's dead. Hey. Chunky's dead. What? Yeah. Chunky Kong is dead. Slightly thinner Chunky Kong. Funny you mention that. I am also dead inside. I think that gives it a nice amount of depth. I think this is a smart way that I'm doing this. I'm only marginally dead inside most of the time. And I have not forgotten Infernal the request to do the Dino wipe on the server. Remind me at the end of stream just to be safe, but I do still have it in the back of my head. I should have done that before I started stream, but I definitely whiffed on that mentally. I like how I say whiffed on it mentally, implying there's another way to whiff on something. And I just come over here. But can the dinos wipe your butt? I don't know. Give him a paper towel and see what happens. What's the worst they're gonna do? Only a few of them have horns and claws. I'm sure it'll be fine. No, real talk, wait a second. Dinosaur most likely to wipe your ass for you. It'd have to be a Lystrosaur, right? That's the most, like, pathetic dinosaur on the whole map. I think it has to be the Lystrosaur. Even I think the Dodo is a little more classy than a Lystro. I'm a dinosaur, wipe my own ass. Oh. Fair enough. There are ichthyosaurs in the game, so yeah, math checks out. Okay, so that, it's that. Now, what I wanted to do next. Do I want to do that, or do I want to... Let's do that real quick. This is... Okay. Now, let us... So the thing that I was thinking about for the reeds is I have two ways to do the tops. I can do them as cattails, or I can do them as open cattails. So they're going to be cattails no matter what, I guess. It's the question is, are they fuzzy or are they hard? Get up and execute my plate. Go get water and take me, because if I put it off, I'm not going to get anything done, because I keep thinking I should get up before I start anything. Yeah, you should probably get up and get some of that stuff done, and then you'll come back and you'll start browsing memes anyway, so it's fine. You're fuzzy and hard. No, you're not. You're a well, I mean, you're a dolphin, so if you're fuzzy, probably something's wrong. There might be something in the water. Just saying. Forbidden corn dogs. Oh god, I'm so glad that somebody else, when I was a kid, every time I looked at them I was like, that looks like that's just a corn dog. So glad somebody else gets it. Like, it's only forbidden if you're not brave. If you're brave enough, you will eat the thing. And I want to say that at one point in my life, I did eat one of these, I think. Found some wild glizzies. Oh my god, do not glizzy the cattails. Isn't a meme? What? Jesus. Oh, I also figured out that apparently I have been, I'm going to use the word horking myself this whole time with the way that I have been doing ads on stream. Apparently, if I don't run a certain number of ads in a given hour, that's what activates pre-roll. And so apparently we've just had pre-roll this whole freaking time. Which explains why the number of viewers so often goes up, and I get to the end of the stream and it's like, you've had 18 unique viewers, but nobody sticks around. It's because everybody's getting pre-rolled. I kept thinking it was something with me, and then I was like, oh god, that's what it is. It's just ads. I hate it. If I could turn off Twitch ads, I would in a heartbeat. If I could turn off Twitch ads and give out all of my emotes for free, I would do it. If they said you can make as many emotes as you want, but you won't get paid for them, I'd be like, bet. And we just have tons and tons of emotes. I don't think there's a reason. I'm not trying to make a living doing this. I'd rather more people have fun and just get entertainment out of this than anything else. If I really cared about making money, I'd put out like a donation thing or something, but even then, nah. You'd still be giving. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's going towards running the server at this point. I don't think we need a lot of cattails. I just think we need some. Make it feel it easy. Yeah. Yep, agreed. 100%. That's why they updated it, so that way people can get it more easily, so that way they can get their money earlier. Honestly, I kind of get the, I'm starting to slowly understand the appeal of YouTube streaming and the way that they have everything over there. Seems to be a little less invasive, but it's not perfect, but I at least see some of the upsides. Also worth noting, I don't know how ads work over on YouTube streams because I have YouTube Premium, whatever it's called, so I don't get ads. I've had YouTube Premium for years now. And I can't get an ad blocker because I need it on my phone. Speaking of YouTube, I believe that this weekend, though, I will be launching a new YouTube channel and uploading new content to it. It will not be the one that existed because the new YouTube channel will be book-specific stuff. But if I do what I am planning to do, which I have like 1 or 2 things to iron out, one of the first things that'll be uploaded on the new channel, that mountain piece that we were working on for Tantria for so long, it'll be about an hour-long playlist. I think an hour-long playlist, where it's just that piece in the background with different music going on, and so you can just put that up on the background and listen to it. It'll be a curated list of fantasy tracks, as long as I can get it done this weekend, but that is my primary goal this weekend, so should hopefully be able to get it done. All right, now, oh shit, we have a new problem. Shit. Okay, what if I do something crazy and we don't have a separate color layer for the cattails? So the problem is my reads are the same layer as my lines, and I forgot about that, and yeah. Oh, it's gonna look so out of place. Okay, I gotta think how to do this now. Man, that sucks. I looked into putting it. Yeah, I have not looked into it, but it is still on my to-do list. I did genuinely mean to get to it this last weekend. And I just completely lost track of time and just my lazy streak got in control and I just completely forgot. It is 100% still on the list to look at, though. I promise. I genuinely promise it is 100% on the list. It was purely my lazy ass just completely forgetting this last week, but I do want to put it on there because I do genuinely think it's a good idea. Promise. In fact, I actually probably should do that first before getting the YouTube playlist done. I have never had one of the tracks on these playlists be so different that it's absolutely just distracting. What the fuck? It was like, it was all chill. Such chill music, and then all of a sudden this. What the fuck? Oh, damn it. I have so many questions right now. I think chief among them has to be why. Every minute of the day. That, my friend, is called ADHD. I don't think I have ADHD, but I definitely, like, I might. There's a really good chance, given how my brain works, but it's one of those things where I don't want to go and get medication or anything for it because I think it'll do bad things. I don't want anything that messes with my brain chemistry because book stuff. It took me way too long to find my balance. I don't want to risk that. Way better when you had your ADHD meds. Oh, there's a turd. Where'd the turd come from? Go away. Is this song now one of them? Wait, no, real talk. What songs has your brain been stuck on? Why is there techno trance in this playlist? This is so confusing to me. It's literally just techno trance. I don't understand. I want to know who the hell listened to the Snow Point City theme from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum and went, yes, we need a techno trance remix of this. Who the hell listens to that song and thinks this? Next one's gonna be death metal. I'm gonna lose my shit if the next one's death metal. I'm also turning this back down because I would like to not be blasted it. Cost playlist with a 3 in music. Outside Bard Step. I think I recognize one of those. What is Bard Step? Oh, I actually do know that one. That's funny. I've heard that one before. It's popped up on my list before. Very loud when it comes through Discord. Was not expecting that. Discord's like, ah yes, the default sound, loud. Let's get that in. Shoot. Work with that. Okay, we're gonna have to come back over and fix this. That's what happens when you just brain off and accidentally draw on the wrong layer. But it's fine. It's whatever. I'm okay. Not really. And now we go from techno to whatever this is. Just calm goldenrod. Now see, this genuinely sounds like a snowy theme. Like they've remixed it to sound snowy, to me. With those instruments they have. The techno trance one was left field. Funny how the early theme of this stream tonight is we got completely derailed by a techno trance remix of Snowpoint City for some reason. Back along, do we all these cattails over again? Would have been easier if I had just redid it on the correct layer instead of doing it this way. I had to do it the hard way because I'm a knob. No, the Bard Core one is the one that I think I've heard before. It sounded extremely familiar. I'm near positive that I've heard Bardcore before. I don't remember when, but it sounds way too familiar for me to have not heard it at some point. I also say it's really rare for somebody to send me a song and for me to be like, oh yeah, I think I've heard that one before. Usually it's I've never heard this before in my life. So I don't know which... The problem is, what makes me nervous about listening to the other two... Hang on one second. Which... I don't know what my Discord is hooked up to. Hold on. You know what? I'm just going to mute this because it's easier because I don't know which one the Discord is. Yeah, usually what stops me is from listening to them on stream is just the fact that I don't want them to come through on stream. Just because I know Discord likes playing really loud by default, and I have to go out of my way to tell it not to do that, which is annoying. In fact, I don't even know how to do it on the, like, preview thing. Okay, it's weird how different the third one is from the first two. So the first one has definitely got some meme stuff going on in it. But it and Bardstep are at least both connected in the fact that they're both what I refer to as more of a hardcore theme. And then there's the third one, which is just like really calm and somber. And I'm also going to assume, based on the title of it, that it's not a remix. I assume it's not a remix. I don't know if it's a remix or not, but I assume it is from My Hero Academia because of the name. I've never watched that show, so I could be wrong, but I know the name of something from that is called All for One. I don't know what it is. I'll be completely honest, but I just know it exists. Nailed it. Yeah, like I said, I know extraordinary little. Good English, bud. Excellent English. I know very little. In fact, I'd go so far as to say I'd say very little. I'm not going to say next to nothing. There are some things I know about that show and kind of the concept of how that universe works. To this day, the only anime that has like fully clicked with me ever is One Piece. I just like adventures. One Piece is a really good adventure anime. Also because it's so incredibly long. A lot of people mark it as a downside. I mark it as an upside. I want long adventures where we can just get lost in the adventure for a very long time and brain off. Give it a chance. I definitely can. I've heard lots of good things about it. I also don't know anybody else who like watches anime. Like nobody I know IRL watches anime. But I don't ever get like anime recommendations. I'm not a huge fan. I will say right now, I'm not a huge fan of anything really dark. So like Attack on Titan is a great example of something I will never watch it. It's not happening. No universe will I ever watch that show. It's too dark for me. I'll even say that Evangelion, that one was also too dark for me. That was way too dark. A friend of mine many years ago told me to watch it because it was like similar to Godzilla and like giant monster battles. And I was like, I'll give it a chance. And I watched it and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Evangelion is one of those that we should go back in time and be like, don't watch this. don't watch this, but it's not something that you'll enjoy. Konosuba? Bit of everything. Okay, now I'm curious. What does that mean? Bit of everything. What kind of everything? You mean like a bit of adventure, a bit of like other things, a bit... Apologies. I really should have just drawn it. I ain't lying, it's so much easier. I laugh. It's a bitch. I did have an idea the other day for an animated emote that I think would be funny. I could take I'm dead inside and make an emote where he pulls a knife out. I know how to do it now. I could actually do that. I think it would be hilarious. Little guy just whips a knife out while looking like that. Just time to stab a bitch. Slice of life high school anime superheroes and some slightly fucked up side plots. Oh gosh. Well, I can definitely give it a try. Dying and equipping a melee weapon. When you're dying inside and you want to take somebody with you. Whips out the knife. Ah, shoot. This is good. Alright, almost done with fixing this. I should have just redone it. If I had $1 for every time I started drawing on the wrong layer, I'd have a lot of dollars. Okay, I want to try something weird. Not drugs. You hear somebody winding that up from a mile away. Wanna try something weird? Here, have some drugs. ¿Dónde están los drugs? There's a comedy isekai with a... What does that mean? need that one explained to me. You basically said hieroglyphics. Oh, gosh, this is an interesting song. Okay, I'm just doing a couple of these lines, and then I want to zoom out and see what this looks like, because I think this may not look good. There's like a part of me that looks like it, and it's like I see it adding something if they all had it, but I just don't know. Is isekai that thing where it's like that idea that you just kind of get reborn and like it's like a normal guy who dies and now he's in a different kind of world? Am I understanding that correctly? It's like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. So they make one episode of it, and then they never do anything else with it again. I got it. Okay, so it's a disappointment. Neat. Ah, lovely. So fun that they came up with a name for disappointments, just like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon in the anime. Ah, gotta be mad about that one for the rest of my life. All right, how's that look? Does that actually anything? Kinda. But I also wonder if, like, what if we just... Let's do this. Sorry, I think I got an idea here. Oh, because I have the eraser on. That would explain it. That's what we need to do. Okay, I got it. Alternate swords and magic. Konosuba. You know what? I actually think I know what that is. I think I know what Konosuba is. I think I've seen that one pop up before. Doesn't the dude have, like... just straight up kidnapped by some twats in a castle? I think I've played that game before. No, isn't Konosuba the one where, like, the MC is a dude in a green cloak, and he's got two companions that are like wizards. They're like chicks, but they're like wizard chicks. One's like blue and the other one's red or something like that. So it's like he's green, and then one of the other ones is red and the other one's blue. I kind of have like that in my head. Red and blue like Pokemon. Wait till you hear about the type effectiveness. Dolphy, do you know about type effectiveness? It's a really useful thing. You should really know it. You guys want me to teach you about type effectiveness? Okay, that's exactly what this piece needed. It needed those lines in there. Okay, we're good. Green, red, blue, and yellow. Oh, wow. So the entire... literally like Pokemon. Other thing I'm bringing those colors to be. You know what's funny is I'm the streamer, and 9 times out of 10 when I'm sitting here streaming, a thought will enter my head, and it's like the only thing I'm bringing in this stream is being mildly annoying. That's all I'm doing. Might as well just mute my microphone. Amazing how many times like I'll get up here and start streaming, and like halfway through I'll just be like, I feel like I'm just doing the worst. And I'm just like the worst person to listen to right now. What am I doing? I should just stop streaming and let you talk to a wall. POV, Dolphy's been sent to an insane asylum. You see Dolphy in the corner just absolutely saying the most insane shit to a wall. Oh my god. Imagine that this whole time, all of this has been fake and Dolphy is actually in an insane asylum and none of this is real. And like, they've been just talking this whole time to a wall and the researchers are just watching them like, oh my god, this is like the most insane person we've ever had here. I like how Automod caught two things at the exact same time. Oh, Infernal beat me to it. I was on my way. Wall, please shut the fuck up. I like the implication that if this is an insane asylum, the wall has literally just nonstop giving you shit about never finishing Pikmin 4. Like Dolphy's guilty conscience just keeps reminding them that they need to go and finish Pikmin 4. The meme is literally never going to die because it's funny. MC got a fourth girl and one. What the f? He's just collecting a harem. Is this just like one of those weird harem animes? I know those exist. I've seen memes about them. Isn't Harem the gorilla that got shot? You mean the gorilla that when it got shot completely ruined our timeline and sent us spiraling off into the worst timeline possible? Yeah, that gorilla. Yeah, that's him. Mostly unintentional by him. Okay, so I'm not well versed on anime, but you talking about isekai got me thinking, isn't there an anime where somebody wakes up and they're just a fucking spider? Isn't that a thing? Isn't there an isekai where it's like, I died and became a spider? Oh, good god. See, that happens to me, but only when I take too many drugs. I wake up one day and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm a Finnick, what's happened? Wakes up as a slime? That's also happened some days. Some days I wake up and I'm a slime. Usually like Saturdays when I haven't slept well and I just commence my slime. And a bit, what the fuck? I think the Japanese are smoking something. Yeah, I really haven't ever been tempted to watch too many other animes, just like I said, because nobody recommends me any animes, so I just don't know what's out there, and I don't feel adventurous enough to go out and find out myself. The one that almost got me was Beastars. I have friends that watched that one. I almost watched that one. I know it's a little, there's some parts of it that are a little on the effed up side, so I was like, Half human, half chimp. What the f? Half human, half chimp, you say? Half human, half chimp. I work with some people where I wonder if they are half chimp. Because some of the dumb things they do is unbelievable. We also work with this old lady that I'm convinced is like from the Egyptian era. Mostly because she's like partially mummified. I don't know how old she is. I have to imagine she's over 80. I don't know why she's like still working. I'm kind of concerned. I've been concerned. I've raised that concern on multiple occasions where I'm like, are we sure that she should still be here? And it's usually followed up with the question of, how does she get here? Because if she's driving herself here, I'm kind of scared. Where do I watch my anime? Crunchyroll. Okay, I'm gonna toot my own horn here, but I think I have nailed the plants. I think I got these plants nailed. I think we did the right thing with the reeds, and I think we did the right thing here with the shading. She ever asked you to return the slab? No, she's never asked me that specifically, but we have had a few different plagues go through our office, so maybe she keeps asking somebody else, and I'm just not in with earshot. It's also funny, I actually got that reference immediately. Instantly got that reference. That was one that I was very well aware of, and I'm really happy about that. Strange stuff happens in the middle of nowhere. It's up to Courage to save his new home. Ah, you stupid dog. You make me look bad. Booga booga booga! That was a great show growing up. That was my shit. Booga booga. Alright, I'm gonna add a little more of this. Booga booga. Booga booga booga. That used to be my favorite show when I was a kid. My mother loved that show too, so. Booga booga. Dolphy's just sitting there like, I really regret saying that now. Just completely threw him off, and now he's just ooga booga boogieing. I understand the appeal of sailing the seven seas for getting video content nowadays. Now, honestly, like the whole streaming thing with the expenses and the price of streaming has gotten ridiculous, especially the fact that a lot of these streaming services play ads now. At least Crunchyroll hasn't started doing that yet, but I am sure it's on the way, and when it arrives, it's going to probably take me out, and then I'll probably end up sailing the seven seas too. I myself have never done it, but I have definitely asked Haplo to do some things for me from time to time, and I also had another friend who may or may not have gotten me an entire library of old video games uploaded onto a Raspberry Pi that I may or may not have put inside a case that looks like a SNES. And it may have literally every SNES game and every NES game ever made on it. And maybe also an N64 game or a couple of hundred. But this is all just alleged. None of this is confirmed. Thank you very much. If we ever get to that point where they start putting ads in the middle of like videos and I have to start watching ads while I'm in the middle of watching something, I will absolutely hit you up. Killed a family of 4. How'd you know about that? It's a legend. It's a legend. They can't get you if they never find the bodies. Doesn't count if they can't find the bodies. Woo! Where's to live by? So you ate the bodies. I may or may not know a coworker that really susses me out sometimes, where she'll make a joke and I'm like, I think she may have actually killed somebody at some point. I think she may have killed someone and buried a body for the way that she keeps talking about this story. Like, I'm a little weirded out at this point. Like, I'm not so sure about this anymore. I thought you were joking, but now I'm starting to think you're being serious. What? What layer am I on? Oh no! Okay, that's fine. Yeah, since we're talking about shows. Huh. I like how that came in right as I asked. So, since we're talking about shows, and then Infernal just screamed like, oh, okay. He doesn't want to hear it. I got it. I get it. That's fine. That's fine. Get it. Want to hear it? That's fine. No, I was going to ask what everybody's watching right now, if anybody's watching anything. I've been mostly doing YouTube recently and just watching YouTube stuff. I haven't been watching any, like, actual shows. Watching you right now? Whoa. Me too. I'm also watching me. And you at the same time. How's that for weird? Is the Finnick in the room with us now? No! Yeah, it's been a while since I've even watched One Piece, honestly. Like, I took kind of a break from it. I was watching One Piece pretty regularly there for a while, mostly because I thought it was helping me with my writing, like in terms of like keeping my brain engaged by being forced to read what was on the screen. But then I stopped watching it and I realized, oh, that was just all placebo effect. Never mind. I want to pick it back up though. It's just every time I get to Dressrosa, I'm just like, oh god, please, I don't want to watch Dressrosa again. There are some people who like scream from the rooftops that Dressrosa is their favorite One Piece arc. I think Dressrosa might actually be the worst. I have very hot takes about Dressrosa specifically, and what's funny is the one that everybody says is awful, which is Whole Cake Island, I think is actually my favorite. Whole Cake Island, I think, was fucking incredible in One Piece. One of the best. Yes. I do not listen to the dubs. I sub. I like the way I said that, and then I heard myself say it, and I was like, well, wait, hold on a second. This is not like a Dom sub thing. Hold on a minute. Hold on. The Finnick is not into that kind of subbing. I mean, maybe if she was like 8 feet tall, the Finnick would be into it. The Finnick has never met someone, like, the Finnick has never met a woman actually taller than the Finnick, so the Finnick doesn't know how the Finnick would feel about that. Never mind. The jury is out on that. The Finnick will not say firmly one way or another until the Finnick has, like, actually encountered that. When you're, like, when you're, like, 6'6", it's hard to find people who are taller than you. Very, very hard. Respect, I don't need to know if you're a Switch. Don't worry, I get the impression this is really important. I'll get back to you. I'll keep you guys updated. What the fuck is this? Alright, well, I was right. It is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Very different sounding than any of the rest of the songs that have been on here this evening, but I guess that goes with the techno trance that we had earlier. How about that? Right, that was kind of what I was thinking. It sounded very tribal. It sounded almost like it was gonna like open into Avatar or something like that. And now someone's just playing their chime echo. Do you think they have wind chimes in the Pokemon universe, or they literally just hang chime echo out there in the wind and let it ride? Okay, this is about to get really weird. Hold on a second, I gotta figure it out. I've done something weird. I have done something really weird. As is usually the case with the way I do my hairs.
Oh, what are you doing, Shotshot? What is happening here? What the heck? Oh, I lost my spot. What's that, you little sack of shit? I did that, that's annoying.
Alright. The fourth song you have, let me just mute that real quick so we don't get blasted by Discord. I don't like the name of it. Get your asshole. Huh. I was wondering where that song was going for a second. I did that and I was like, okay, now I know what kind of song this is. Unexpected, but that was amusing. Should have seen that one coming. I lost my thought. Yeah, I like it when I just decide to eat my frickin' Digipen? To be honest, I can't remember the name that this has. Don't remember what this is called. I know it's a pin. It had a specific name. I don't remember what the name was now, so I'm just referring to it as Digipen. I'm sure I'll have a moment of clarity later and remember what it is, but for now, Digipen is what we're sticking with because it sounds kind of funny. Kind of cool. A Digipen. Alright, so this is what I was really doing for these reads. So this is what I did off stream. This is all you guys missed. Missed nothing really exciting with these reads other than this. This is it. This was the secret for me figuring out reads. Just this, over and over and over and over and over. You know what? That may not work. A Skinwalker at night seeing a light and a hunter at night hearing music playing lure the human in. Oh, that's unsettling and creepy. I've seen some Skinwalker stuff on YouTube, and every time I see it, it makes my skin crawl. Really creepy, really interesting. The games that play off of that are usually really terrifying. I am seriously considering throwing myself out a window. No, I'm seriously considering changing how I do the reads purely for the background because it feels like I like how I've just completely shut off because I'm really thinking. I don't usually mess with these settings, so I'm kind of in uncharted waters right now. But one thing I really don't like about it is I don't like that it is slightly opaque, so it's letting the line through. I really wish it wasn't opaque, which is why I'm wondering about doing a line, like an actual line thing, like what I would normally do for the reeds and all the background areas, but I think that's gonna look bad. Because I think it's just gonna end up looking like a big bush. And we don't want this to look like a big bush. Yeah, I don't want a big bush. I just accidentally paused everything on my PC to minimize. That's awesome. Here it is. Can I just turn that off? Doesn't want the big bush. That's when you break out the hedge trimmers. Maybe 1 second. I see the thing in Discord. I'm going to listen to it in just 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out if I can. I don't want to fuck with this line because if I fuck with this line, I'm never getting it back to this ever again. And I may regret that. I'm going to fuck with the line. Okay, can I change the name? Can I change the thumbnail? OBS doesn't pick this up? Oh my god, that is hilarious. It looks like I am just staring at nothing. I am staring... Okay, just so we're clear, can you see my mouse on the screen? Yeah, you can see my mouse. I do have something on my screen here that OBS just isn't picking up. There is a window here, but it is all of my brush settings. And I'm trying to make it so that this brush, it has no opacity related strength to it, so it's just solid color the whole way down. That's funny that nobody can see this, so it looks like I'm just losing my mind. Oh yeah, I am losing my mind. Maybe none of you are real. It's just figments of my imagination, and I really am in the loony bin. Hoo-hoo! Don't know if that worked. Uh-huh. Wait. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. This is exactly what I wanted, right? It already existed? It already existed? Definitely not the exact same thing, but it worked. I think this will do what I want it to do. Yeah, this does not have any opacity related to it. This is basically what I wanted. No, what is happening? You thought I had a meme video pulled up but not visible? No. Yeah, we'll have to trim the tops and get everything to look right, but that's basically what I was looking for. Okay, give me 1 second here, and let's see what this song is. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Hit the Jackpot's not that bad. That's one that I could see myself listening to. That one and Bardcore are definitely the two highlights so far. Also, I just like the name Bardcore is just so good. Whoa. Let's do this. Oh, shit. Crap. I just realized why this isn't gonna work. Not save as a new copy. That is unfortunate. All right, we have fuckery afoot. Hold, please. Back. So the reason why I need it to be opaque, and unfortunately I just realized this, is because I need it to create the illusion of lines and shading, which it can't do if it's a solid color. Yeah, unfortunately that removes the entire point of this existing if I do it that way. So yeah, we're gonna have to... Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I gotta think about this. Because I gotta think of how to do this in a way that that solid blue line behind it isn't gonna throw everything off. Let me just send it. Let me just send it full and see what it ends up looking like. What is this song? Calyrex Battle. Blend the line with the sand? Maybe? I don't know. I think the solution lies with the... The problem is if I blend the line with the sand, I'm going to have to re-look at all of the other lines. I don't know. We'll see. I want to, because I think it may end up disappearing once I put all of the layers of reeds on this, and maybe I jump the gun on panicking. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Oh. That was weird. Ouch. Depth should happen. Depth, wait, depth with what? You talking about with the reeds or with the blue line? Now let's come over here. I'll think about it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Like I said, there's definitely a style that I'm going for, and having the harsher outlines is a part of it. But I do see, this is the first time doing a large body of water. So this, and we already know that like things like the reeds are kind of breaking the rule about outlines and stuff. So we'll see where we get. We'll see. I'm not gonna roll it out. I'm not gonna roll it out. I don't want to try it right now. I just want to get everything like down, and then we'll experiment with it a little bit and see what it looks like. Because yeah, I know this is a cartoony art style, but that's also kind of the style that I'm trying to go for, because I know I can like at least do it decently well. If I start trying to shoot for like too much realism, I'm going to mess it up. I'm not good enough to do realism, and to be honest, I don't think that I have the time to become good at like anything even remotely realistic. Bush. All right, what's in anything go? You're having so what? Why are there so many derps? That's a lot of derps. Me when I open Twitch chat, like, oh, look at all the derps. Wow, this is a, we are back to trance for some reason. I don't know how we got here, but trance, somehow trance returned. This is hilarious that there's been 2 of these in this. Dun, 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 dun. It's funny when like I just straight up know the song. I've heard it enough that I actually just know what this is. Isn't this Dialga's fight to the finish from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? I am pretty sure this is Dialga's fight to the finish. Okay, couple of notes for myself already. The reeds on the right side are too fucking tall. Way too tall over there. In fact, across the board, they may be too tall in the background. I think I may have gone overboard, but we'll fix that here in a second, I think. Yeah, I think I went way overboard. Me when I'm 10 drinks in at the bar. Oh man, guys, I went way overboard. This is Dialga's fight to the finish, right? I have this right? Yep, it is fight to the finish. Nailed it. Go me. Alright, now we're in the weird part of doing these reads. The far distance where they're like, I'm basically just drawing a bunch of mustaches is what this feels like. What'd you do with your Wednesday night? Drew a bunch of reeds. Look how last week it was, I drew a bunch of palm trees, and now it's, I drew a bunch of reeds. Yeah, this is gonna, oops, shoot, I just put a turret on the screen. All right. Okay, so yes, definitely need to look at the reeds on the right side, and honestly the left side too, because I definitely got them too high across the board. I think I'm gonna just have to redo them all. Yeah, I think these just need to be redone. I don't think there's any saving that without like, because if I come along the top and I just shave it off and I'm like, haha, that's not gonna work. I need to just read that. And now I know to start from like lower, like from here, I think. Yeah, that's more, yeah, this is about how tall they should have been. Okay, my bad. Let's just do this again. I've also noticed that as I sit here and do these lines, I have a tendency to hit the same spots over and over. I don't know how I do that, but like I will consistently, as I move my hand side to side, nail the exact same locations multiple times and just miss these gaps. I don't know how I do it. There should be a couple of longer ones mixed in. I think that looks much better. Yeah, I think that looks better. Maybe I'm crazy, and maybe I'm just being hopeful, but I do think that's a little better. Having them just be not so huge. It's background area. Okay, so just so we're clear, this song says it's Mount Coronet and Sinnoh Ruins remix. This is definitely not just those two songs. There's 100% a Metroid Prime riff in this that I just heard that got my attention. Phendrana Drifts was 100% in there. Is it sad that I recognized that instantly? I instantly heard that and went on alert like, wait a minute, that's not Pokemon. Alright, back to doing more. Let's just line that out and see if that's kind of... Is that the height that we want to go with? Yes. Maybe a little taller mixed in, but I think that's a good base size. Let's do it. Oh, come on, don't. I just kind of realized that I got even more to do this weekend than I'm used to having. So I have to figure out Wallpaper Engine, first of all. Then I need to get that video uploaded with that music attached to it. Then I also have another side project that I've started looking at how to do that I gotta research that may eat up a little bit of time. Then, additionally, because why not, Subo's also been messaging me about doing more Warhammer stuff, so I got that on the list now too that I need to look into and try to do, but that will involve learning the new edition and new rules, which I honestly don't know that I'm going to have the time to do this weekend. I might have to tell him another time. Tickle him? He lives literally like 3 states away. There's no way for me to do that. Or tackle him. Once again, Infernal chooses violence. Always. It's not in Dolphy's learn set. Wait, why is it not in your learn set? I mean, dolphins and tackling, I feel like they go together, I'll be honest. I've seen so many videos of them just like accidentally plowing through people, like, it 100% feels like a dolphin thing. Oh, I thought you said can't. I thought you were, my brain was like, responding to Infernal and explaining why you can't do it. You're clumsy. I don't know. I think y'all are kind of ornery too. Long, slender, and soggy. Nope, not gonna say anything. Nope. Okay, that definitely looks a little better. So let's go ahead and do the other things that we were doing. Because I need this now. That we are going to go through and do our detailing with the shadows, because I do think this gives it some depth. I like it. There's the Metroid Prime Phendrana Drift Rift. It's back. Drift, that's fun to say. Still learning Earth culture. Don't worry, I am too. I'll give you my notes later. For example, one of the weirdest parts of Earth culture is addressing the fact that the human population is ruled by small four-legged creatures that really like to knock things off shelves. They post videos of these creatures all the time, worshipping them and heralding their deeds. I was referring to cats. There's just always that constant joke about cats, for some reason, like controlling the human population and being the real overlords. Because there's so many cat videos out there. We have trained them to do our bidding. They feed us and they scoop up our poop. Well, I mean, in fairness, aren't there some parts of the world where they still eat cats? So, I mean, I guess if the cats really were taking over, they'd probably be changing that rule really fast. People eat dolphins and other people. Yeah, but I mean, it's like legal to eat cats in certain parts of the world. I don't think it's legal to eat people literally anywhere. Dolphins, I think, is legal somewhere. I'm almost positive. What the flippity fuck am I looking at? Whose eyes? Your eyes. Don't rub my eyes. Sentinel Island, it's technically legal to eat people? What the fuck? It's legal somewhere? What the hell? I think this is a Super Mario RPG song. Hold on a minute. This is supposed to be Pokemon. This sounds like it's got a Super Mario riff in it. It's an Azalea Town remix? Okay, yeah, this definitely got a riff from Mario in there. 100% I recognize the riff. I don't know which song it is, but I've heard it before. Okay, one more line. The single uncounted tribe that have killed people to keep them away from the island, eating the people who got there. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Isn't that like... Oh, that's somewhere off the coast of India or somewhere over there, isn't it? I think I heard about that story. There was like a missionary who went over there or something, convinced that he could convert the population, and he died. I remember reading that and being like, okay, well, that guy was an idiot. God, Darwinism strikes again. Yes, let me go contact the tribe that has been proven to be very hostile to people. I'm certain it'll go different for me. POV, you think you're the main character when in reality you aren't. I want to try something on these reeds because I have an interesting idea. To potentially give them even a little more depth than what I'm already doing here with these alternating colors. It's between India and Thailand. Yeah, okay, I know which island you're talking about. Again, imagine being so convinced you're the MC, you go out there thinking that you can do something where, like, people are telling you it's not going to end well, and then you die and you're shocked Pikachu face in the afterlife.
Memories I used to have, they just don't last. And all this time will be erased if I leave you here.
Someone took so much time to record that with their lyrics, and I just passed through it instantly. Like, I'm not listening to this. That somebody just for some reason in this mega mix decided to put in something that actually had lyrics, and I'm just not here for that. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't need to hear their lyrics. I'm good. Okay, I want to try one thing with this real quick. I want to pick a really dark green. Really dark green, because we're going to do some weird shading here. Again, the meme continues of Dolphy being like, I'm going to draw, and then does nothing like that. Yep. That was it. Dolphy was like, I don't want to draw, I just want to eat. I must consume. Expand and consume. I think giving it a darker backdrop on these ones here is actually helping. I might be crazy, but it feels like this is something I should have been doing on these. Giving it something where, like, to give it, like, thickness. But then I think I'm gonna go in the bottom and I have an idea. I'm not gonna do this on the back pieces. I'm only doing this on the front pieces. I think doing it on the back pieces is gonna be a waste of time. Fun fact, I can't eat sour candy. It makes me really sick. Sour candy does really, really bad things to me. Helps a little bit with the depths. What's your favorite candy flavor? I actually do know what this is, because every time I get a candy that has this flavoring, I always go for it first before any other, because I know I'm going to like it. Would you like another guess? Because I will tell you right now, so far you have guessed incorrectly. But I will do you a favor, and I will tell you, out of those first ones that you sent me, one of those is the one that I like more than any other. Anything that you can get that's sour. Wow. Very different here. I will be sick. Do not get me sour candy. It will not be good. And I don't mean like I'll just like be in the bathroom for a long time. I mean I'll be crippled on the couch. Wishing for the sweet release of death. It's not bueno. It's bad. It is not blue raspberry. It is, in fact, the only one of those. The only one of those that's a color by itself. What? You don't like that flavor? You're a hater. It's literally the only one of those that I can actually like. I cannot stand any of the others. I'm telling you, orange is where it's at. Orange is vastly superior. Anytime that, like, whenever someone brings, like, Starburst or something in the office, I pluck out every single orange one and I leave the rest. And then I just go on my merry way. Like, I'm the only one that gets this. The rest of you can screw yourselves. Orange is like a base color that's like a... You wouldn't say, here, have a lemon when you hand someone a yellow crown. You would say, here, have an orange. If one of you all hands me a yellow crown and you go, here, have a lemon, I am going to absolutely crash out. Not. Don't do that to me. Blue raspberry, cherry. I will say cherry for me is at the bottom and it's not even close. I hate the taste of cherry. I despise it. It just tastes like cough medicine to me. It's disgusting. Keep that to yourself. Finn does not want any. Finn does not like cherries. Lime's fine. Not my favorite, but it's alright. I'd take it over cherry for sure. I don't like cherries. I don't like strawberries. I don't like raspberries. I don't like blueberries. I like grapes. Grapes are good. Grapes are cool. You like the grapes. The only kinds of fruit that I actually like, not flavored stuff, is literally pineapple and grapes. Apples are alright, but a little boring. Pears are really good. And the rest of it I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. Bro's a watermelon hater? I actually am. I don't like watermelon. Every watermelon I've tried has been really bland and tasteless. Alright, now let's do this. And let's go and do all of this, and then we'll be done with that for a little bit, and then we gotta figure out how we're doing the lily pads. Just enough to tell that it's... I don't know anybody who, like, enjoys watermelon IRL. I don't know anybody at my workplace who, like, has watermelon on hand at all times, or anybody who's like, man, the watermelon's the best. I literally know nobody like that. In fact, I can't think of a single work event where I've seen watermelon as an available option. Even for the ones where people bring in stuff, nobody brings in a watermelon ever. Because they taste like shampoo. That sounds delicious. Love me some shampoo. Fun fact, we had a coworker who brought in, like, what was supposed to be the world's most sour candy, and he made us try it. And our analysis at the end was it wasn't really that sour, it was just really disgusting. None of us thought it was sour. We all were just like, that is the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, and it's not even close. I don't know if it just was like so sour, it just transcended being sour and just turned disgusting. No, we just all kind of spit it out because we're like, we can't do this. This is awful. Okay, so now the question is, so we're done with the reads. I'm not doing any more reads. We're done with reads. I'm thinking. Yeah, it definitely wasn't sour. It was just disgusting. Whoever labeled it as the world's most sour candy just did not know what the hell they were talking about. Never draw something this I actually enjoy it, honestly. This is like my kind of tedious. And it's honestly not gonna be that bad. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting really used to drawing environment pieces like this. Had to think about that for a second. Because yeah, it's zoomed out, but really all the details are here. This is like a super zoomed out piece, and the desert's gonna be piss easy when we get to that, I think. I was a perfectionist for the longest time, but I have slowly been beating that out of me and realizing that being a perfectionist means never completing anything, and that, yeah, I don't want to be like that anymore. I'd rather just complete something and have it not be the best thing than continue to have more projects that I just am never gonna finish. I don't know about this song so far. This song is kind of grating on the ears. We'll see. All right, how am I going to do these stupid... Plus, the other thing that y'all... Actually, yeah, the other thing that everybody needs to remember, too. This is a part of a twofer. There are going to be two that are desert themed that need to go out together. So the idea is that the YouTube video that these are both going to feature in will cycle back and forth between this one and another one that we haven't started yet. So I have to get this done and then another one on top of it. And the second one is arguably going to be the more complicated one, even though it's technically going to be more zoomed in. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because it will involve a really, really big lizard. And I don't know how the hell I'm going to do the big lizard yet. Very big lizard is going to feature on the next one. So the fun, see a few of my twofers. Hey, artist glove jump scare. This thing. Why did it look like I had like necrosis or something? Like, oh god, my hand is turning black. It's gonna fall off. You forgot that I had it, huh? In fairness, it doesn't usually show up in shots. It's too big. Give me 1 second and then I'll check it. I just want to... Yeah, let's do this. Why did this song get so loud? What the fuck? Brother, audio balancing is a thing. Please chill. Like, god damn. Do some audio balancing, please. Also, I think the Dialga Palkia battle theme may actually be the worst legendary theme, and I don't think it's close. I hate the Dialga Palkia battle theme. I think the Groudon and Kyogre is really high up there. Lunala and Solgaleo is really high up there. What else is really high up there? But I think the Palkia and Dialga may be the worst. I'll fight somebody on that. I like how he said check anything goes and then said hold on, wait. So I'm currently in the waiting phase. As soon as I get the green light, I will check anything goes. Provided I'm not making another lily pad. I might be making another lily pad. Ephemeral tomorrow, so the saga continues of the concrete salesperson underwater who is trapped in their underwater domicile. Doomed to forever stay underwater, never go on land, and play with the other people. Okay, now this is turning into pixel art, which is fine. I started out as a pixel artist. Fun fact, nobody knows this at this point because it's been too long ago. Pixel art is what got me to do digital art. I started with pixel art, figured out that I could do it, and then I was like, what if I just do this except digital art? And then I started doing digital art. Before that, I did no art at all. Epilepsy warning for this. Oh, God. Wait, is this a clip? Wait, what's the clip? There's no clip. There's a little bit. I think pixel art is just like really easy to digest and understand because it's pixels. So like you can understand. So like for me, pixel art helped me understand some fundamentals of art that I did not understand before then. And I found that once I understood those principles and applied them to digital art, my pieces started looking way better compared to what I was doing before. And then I got more confident and then I just started doing it. But yeah, you can thank pixel art for these art streams existing, because if it hadn't been for pixel art, we wouldn't have got here. Be patient, it's sending. I have the patience of a newt, in that you have my attention until my brain decides to jump to something else, and then I have no control over it because I'm a newt. And have approximately 3 brain cells that fire off every now and then. Ah! Art from when you were 12 uploading to DeviantArt. Oh my god. I never got to experience that. When I was a kid, I had no confidence in my art abilities, and I knew no art friends. So I had nobody to push me towards art, but I really wish that somebody had, because I think that this was my... I'll be honest, artistic stuff and writing was my calling 100%, and I massively regret letting my parents push me away from this. I think that was a huge, unfortunate thing that I got pushed away from this. If I had been able to get in on this earlier in life, I think things would have been different, but... Nope! The Finnick was not allowed to do art stuff because, quote-unquote, it was a waste of time and was never going to amount to anything. Cool. Neat. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Woo! Oh, what is that? Oh, hey, there's the epilepsy warning. Oh god, what? What? Huh. What am I watching? I like how like everything on the screen is completely wigging out except for the right hand side of the screen and those 4 little buttons. I have no idea what the hell I just watched. I'm gonna need some information. I don't know what I just watched. I just know that something like really started running. Also, I just made a little face. I just realized that. He's like really drugged out of his mind, but he's okay. I'm gonna give him another pupil just so he's like... He looks like he's a little distressed. I'm surprised you still have your art from that age. I know I don't. Mine, anything I made at that age is gone. It was on hard drives that I no longer have access to. I think when I was a kid, I ended up making a lot of like quote-unquote MS Paint concept art stuff for World of Warcraft, I think. At least rings a bell. Watch the acceleration of the game based on where you're at. Is this just... This is one of those where it just like the number... It's an infinite number go up game, right? It's exponential. Oh, God. How long until a computer catches fire? That is a good question. Okay, I'm not going to do anything crazy with these lily pads because they're in the background, and if I try to sit here and do anything crazy with them, I will be here for a few hours, and we have other pieces that we need to move on to, that we need to get drawn and colored in on this, so there's no point of sitting here and going nuts on something that's such a small background feature, because we aren't even finished with the foreground yet. I'm just trying to get all the major pieces blocked in. It's like, we're not done with these palm trees. If anybody thought that we were done with these palm trees, you're wrong. Sorry. Please drink. I just drank like a little bit ago. Why are you screaming like I'm sitting here not drinking? I've been drinking even without being prompted. I'm being good. I wonder how much of this I can drink. Hang on. Okay, so Infernal has redeemed it again. There are about 64 fluid ounces left in this thing. I bet you I can suck it down to 32 in one go. Well, not one go, but one swig. I'll see what happens. Nope, not even close. That felt like 32, but nope. That lemon shit made you see? Sour stuff, don't do it. Sour stuff is a bad idea. Never go sour. I will never forget one time when I was a kid, I ate a small bag of Skittles. So we were clear, it was not a big bag. It was a small bag of Skittles. That actually ended up getting me sent to urgent care. And then that's where we figured out that I need to keep Imodium on hand at all times. Because apparently that stops the pain whenever I eat something like that. I don't know why, I don't fully understand it, but it works, and I'm not going to question it. But yeah, that's what I learned. I can't eat Skittles, and I will never eat Skittles. God, all that water. Don't make me want some toxic waste. Toxic waste. All right, and that is the last of those. And now, all right, we're done with that. Now we get to go and do the next phase of this operation, which is You know what? Let's do something interesting real quick because I think that I think you guys might actually find this part interesting. You might need to lay down. Put me on your phone and then lay down and let me whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I'll just get up real close to the mic. Listen to an ASMR stream where I'm just whispering it. Whispering sweet, sweet. Right to the cranium. As we work on our whisper into the microphone and freak it. Does it actually pick up my voice when I'm whispering the microphone like that? I honestly have no idea if it is. Alright, let's do something weird. So, kinda? Nah, alright. It was one of those where it was a half-hearted attempt at a meme anyway. So, I need to figure out where my background sand line number 1 is. Where's my background sand? That's that one. So what I want to do right now, you know what? I think I should just, I don't even think I need to copy and paste. I think it's easier if I just don't. Yeah, I think it's easier if I just don't. I think we just do this as like an actual line. So let me find that layer. Oh. I'm going to put it in here because this should hypothetically be behind everything that it needs to be behind. This is definitely going to get unmanageable here in a second. Check food. Wow, we haven't had anything in food in aeons. What is that, and why did that not come through? It's literally toxic waste. Nice. Oh shit. Literally toxic waste. You know what? I think I've seen that before. I don't think I've ever tried it, but I think I've seen it before. Rad, let's do this. Okay, so I want to take this. And I basically want to do... follow the curvature of the thingy. What I'm trying to do. So I think this is going to look really cool. Trust. This, I think, usually adds a lot of depth to the water. Specifically, this is adding reflection. This is something that I've kind of learned recently is needed. Right. Now we want to make the top of that just a little bit fuzzy. It doesn't need to be super fuzzy, but it needs to be like somewhat fuzzy. Yeah. We'll have to do other reflections. Definitely shouldn't try to send me to the fucking morgue. It probably would. I'd probably want to go to the morgue, to be honest. At that point with it, I'd probably just be like, yeah, just send me. It's probably better than surviving through this. Just kidding me now. Gay fan, what? More sour than warheads? That's disgusting. Why is this blocked? Number one, why is this blocked? Number two, why are the Phoenix gay? More power to him, I guess. Far more disgusting than that disgusting candy? Oh god. Twitch is homophobic. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. How Twitch has been doing lately. I will say, I think I said this on stream, but we recently at my workplace had a company, because we basically do employee recognition stuff, so we run websites. We have a custom website that we run for a whole bunch of different companies, including like Coca-Cola, Tractor Supply Company. I could go down the list. We got a lot of big names. But one of them recently sent in this file, and they were like, we want all of these terms blocked on the website. And like a bunch of them were just like gay, lesbian, bi, like it's just normal stuff. And I was just like, oh my god, is this seriously the direction that we're going with this now? Like, guys, like, come on. Why is this being blocked? Why is this being blocked? But why that? Because companies like pretending that they support that stuff because they know it's going to get them money. They know it's going to get them money and get them a good public image. I have a feeling that probably the automod stuff is like ultra defensive, just like preventing people from misusing those terms. But in the process of doing that, they end up creating this environment where like, well, great, now the people can't even use it for the right reasons. So the people who were like weaponizing it ended up winning. Like, I feel like we kind of missed the mark here, but yeah. I can't remember who it was who said it best, but there was somebody where like they were discussing something like that, where it was like, if you ban that, then you basically let the enemy win by letting them manipulate the thing that, you know, means a lot or should mean something else and shouldn't be weaponized. So I think Twitch is definitely overreacting, and the automod thing is a little bit too aggressive for what it should be. All right. So now we have reflections going on. Definitely helps. Kind of question this though. I think I maybe got that a little bit. I think that needs to be a harder line. Yeah, I said harder. I said harder, daddy. I'm softer than that line. Imagine if I just like was like, okay, we're done, and I just like save it and send it. It's not even close to being done, but faster and harder. I'm slow. We're gonna have to figure out the reflections. This is gonna be an interesting challenge. So what I'm looking at is the reads. Because if this is a reflection, it wouldn't be coming down. It wouldn't be overriding the existence of this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Bear with me. Fire with me. Listening to and reading? I don't know. What are you listening to and reading right now? Nothing too weird. Some normal shit. Just some normal Twitch.tv. I like how with no context it's like really confusing looking. Not the weirdest shit that we've not the weirdest shit that we've done here. I will say once again that if you guys heard me, Haplo, and Daedalus play Walkabout, you would probably need to like seek adult like support. You need therapy. You need an adult around to help you. Our Walkabout, like, we get out of control. I don't know how else to say it. We're just completely out of control when we play Walkabout. I like how Infernal said, you know what, and then just didn't, like, explain further. I don't know what anymore. Okay, that looks better. I'm not gonna bother with the stuff in the background. Oh, you pinned it. I'm faster and harder. I didn't notice that. Nice, worthy pin. I'm faster and harder. I'm gonna use that as the notification on Friday. I'm faster and harder. Followed up with a I'm faster and harder. All right, time to do rocks. Get rock hard. Who's ready to get rock hard? Here we go. Oh God, what happened over here? Oh, Blue Sky's doing things. I like how there's just so many bots on Blue Sky. That's a song, by the way? What, Pen Dolphy's Message? That's a weird name for a song. Why would somebody name a song Pen Dolphy's Message? Okay, that is in front. I couldn't resist. It was low-hanging fruit. You know I had to pounce on that. Faster and harder. Yeah, now we're doing the rocks. All the rocks. We added the pond stuff, the vegetation. We added some vegetation, and now we're adding boulders and things. Adding a bunch of these. I like adding all of the vegetation and all of the rocks before I even think about doing too much shading, because I know that all of the shading is going to change things. Or like, the shading changes dramatically based on what I add here, so there's no point in investing in shading until we know what we're adding. I Englished in the end. I got there. I did it. I got there. What the fuck? What the hell is color dodge and how did we get on color dodge? Normal, just normal. What the hell is color dodge? Never seen that one before. That was new. That was weird. I did not know what to make of that. Yeah, we somehow got to piss circle. I don't know how the hell we did that. These rocks are, I think, really going to help with rounding out the appearance and shape of this. Really give it some much needed junk going on. But last night, I ended up starting work on another weird project. One of those ones where it's like, I don't know if I should be mentioning this because of my own golden rule of never mention the secret projects until something actually comes about from it. But something did kind of come about from it, so I kind of, like, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe it's okay to talk about. I kind of started experimenting with, like, proof of concept stuff for an actual, like, video game type thing. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything with it because I'm not a programmer, so... And I don't know if I'm going to have the time to even learn how to do that type of thing, but it was fun to do like the art stuff for it. There was an old game back in the day, I don't know if anybody has heard this one, but it's called Hexic. I was really fond of it, but there's not really a Hexic equivalent that exists, so I was like, what if I just made one? So... yeah, that's why I mentioned learning Godot, because I'll just show you this. I assume this is showing up on OBS. Oh, OBS doesn't grab this. Interesting. Hold on for a moment. If I do that. Okay, there we go. I just have to delete that. So, that was... I did this in about 30 minutes last night. But yeah, this was just as like a proof of concept, just purely from like graphically, like just see how complicated it'd be graphically to do it. And doing it graphically was really easy. So we'll see. Pipe's so quiet, it was appropriately quiet. Better than it being so loud, it just scares the crap out of me. RV slam sound? Oh my god. I definitely don't want to add too many loud sounds. I'm not a huge fan of loud noises. The pipes adding is something that is definitely on the higher end of what I'm able to tolerate, so... He's probably finally making it more expensive. Make the ones you don't want to hear too often really expensive. If the channel ever explodes, which I don't think it ever will just because of like my own limitations and not being able to do like YouTube alongside it. But If it ever did, that pipe sound effect would have to go up to like 100,000. Or just straight up be gotten rid of. The more people there are, like the more like impossible some sound effects become to like handle. That's definitely one of them. Infernal over there like refunding himself every time he uses it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's not expensive at all. Refunds it. I know how the game works. Skill is you just get mod permissions. Just become a Twitch mod and you too can span pipes. It'll be funny when we get like if we ever get people in here like wanting mod permissions just so they can ban other people. Be like, I would like to become a mod so I can ban Dolphy. Like stuff like that. That's gonna be funny when that starts happening. And like, okay, yeah, sure, here you have mod. All right, I learned a new trick. Let's see if that new trick works. We're gonna come in here. We are going to magic select everything on the screen. Let's make sure that the invert is the correct distance. That's probably fine. We're going to invert the selection. We're gonna press F to pull up the fill tool. We are gonna grab that sand color right there. We are going to come in here on our new paint layer and click. Boom, all of the rocks are now painted. I don't know how the hell I never realized that I could do that, but oh my god. Look at how much time that just saved. Oh wait, that one did not get filled. Because this one was, because this one's not full. I'm gonna have to look at the other one and make that one's fine. Also, that was definitely an opportunity to play the balloons disappointed sound effect. Where my two of my rocks just did not quite make it. But other than that, look at that, boom. I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. Like, there's a lot more work that needs to be done with this, but the pond itself is looking pretty good. I get a whopper, oh god. Now I need to do another shiny hunting stream so that way we can do another normal sandwich so you can sit there and try to find an Eevee. Because you refuse to get far enough along that you can go for the easier hunt in Sylveon. Like, no, I will continue to hunt Eevee. Eevee is fine to hunt for. Who do you think I thought you were Dolphy, but I'm just starting to wonder if you're a Skinwalker. Are you not Dolphy? Wait, how close are you to 100%ing it? I started working on it and then I got bored and stopped. Not even close. Yep. Should we tackle the mountain or should we do clouds? Which one should we do first? Because I'm feeling like going for something in the background. I don't know that I want to do anything else with the pond right now. I want to sit here and simmer on the pond for a while. Dream Realm is big. So am I. Ah! We should tackle the mountain, I think. I think we should tackle the mountain. Because I think the mountain is going to look bad until we, like, make it look good. And I don't want it to continue to sit there and look bad. This. Go! Oh my god. Alright, I gotta think about this. Why the fuck is... Why is somebody in a server like that with guns? What the fuck? Honestly, nowadays, that doesn't surprise me too much. I only know one person IRL who's like really big into guns. I know one person and he is like 60 something years old, just so we're clear. I know nobody else who's a gun nut. Not a single person. Haplo's not a gun nut. Shadow's not a gun nut. Daedalus isn't a gun nut. I'm not a gun nut. I don't know anybody who has guns. Interesting fight. I'm just doing the vertical Ryan's Light now, just so we're clear. Why do they nut in guns? I don't know. Ask that guy who nuts in a car. Swords I can at least get behind. Like, swords I don't mind. Like, I think swords are cool. But I'm not a huge fan of guns, personally. I'm not like super anti-guns. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and see somebody post a gun and be like, I think less of that person now. I just personally don't like guns. And for dumb reasons, too. For, like, a really, really dumb reason. Well, let me rephrase that. There are multiple reasons why I don't like guns, but the reason why I personally don't have any is because the noise is too loud. The Fennec does not do well with loud noises. That at least gives it some texture and some depth for how, well, not depth, it just gives it some texture for we know where some depth is going to eventually be. And if we come in here and we shore up these lines a little bit, that'll probably look fine, but we need to get some horizontal line going on here. Let's come in here and attack this for now. Yeah, when I eventually get my own place, I'm going to get a trebuchet and put that in the front yard, and then I can launch stuff at Joanne and her stupid homeowners community bullshit. Be like, ha, take that. I think your flamingos are stupid. Fuck you, Joanne. Reminder, one of the characters in my book, his primary weapon is a sling. Like a slingshot, I should say. And trying to do, I have no reference for this type of thing, just so we're clear, so I'm kind of experimenting. But I definitely think this is going to be one of those where all the lines are going to have to be thin to really pull this off. Mountains are much easier than this. Brunch your teeth? Brunch them? Delay, you said brunch. Bro's gonna take his teeth out to a nice breakfast and lunch, so that way they don't have to eat later. It's money efficient and time efficient. How about that? Also, is anyone else a firm believer that lunch really doesn't need to exist? Like, you technically need, like, breakfast or lunch, one of the two. You don't need both. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's, like, good enough for now. We just gotta get these lines to where they just don't look bad. And then when I'm done with... Okay, so we gotta do the mountain after this. The mountain should be the easy part. The plateau was the hard part because it's cliffs. The hard part is like, for me, it's a double whammy problem of I'm not, like, super clear on how cliffs should be drawn, if that makes sense. I've never had to represent them, and I don't have many examples of, like, seeing other people who have tried to draw these things. So I haven't exactly sat here and studied the way of the rock. Yeah, you heard me. That looks like a gun. Just accidentally made that line look kind of like a gun. That's funny. Did not mean to do that. But I'm not going to change it either, because that's funny. Weird and doodly gun. Rainbow heal flower from Garden Warfare 2, the defense solvable list. Basic defensive heal summon. So who can use it? Can anybody use it? I don't know how the assists work. Sounds like it'd be really useful. It sounds like it'd be one of those ones that'd be really popular because you'd either want things that would increase your damage or things that would like massively increase your survivability, and having a heal would probably be really good. I know in other shooters that I've played that usually that's a really popular option. You can only summon them at specific spots. Okay, explain that piece to me real quick. Just specific spots. You just mean like there are points at the map where you can only use them there, so if you wanted to use it, you'd have to go out of your way to use it? Is it like super out of the way, or is it like close to where you would want to be? Summon your objectives you'd want to defend. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, that still sounds like that would be like really high on the priority list for things to use, that healing thing. Close. There's a few lines left. Just this little bit at the end of this side, and then I get to work on the mountain. Woo! Mountains. I see typing out of the corner of my eye. Hold on. Okay, that should be... Yeah, it looks fine. What you got? Okay, so points are like the stuff in Dynamite. Offensive summons are summoned along the main paths. It's very heavily based on the summon system for Garden Warfare, which I know nothing about. Needing to get them individually from packs like Garden Warfare. Well, then you just use resources you get from kills. That's not... You know what that sounds like? That actually sounds like, there was a hero, like a shooter game kind of like that. Like, I don't think it was called a hero shooter back then. I think it was called something else. But there was something equivalent to that back in the day called Monday Night Combat. And what you're describing sounds very similar to a system that game had. I can't remember if it was turrets only, but I know there were points on the map along the defensive lines and around objectives that you would want to build turrets on. And I think everybody got resources for it based on the kills that they got. Man, that was a long time ago. Man, that game slapped. Oh, that game would have done numbers if it had been done today. It was so good. It would have been so popular. Oh, no, I'm not saying that it has to be original. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just The only reason I point that stuff out is because in my head, that's just my way of understanding it. Makes sense. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that's familiar. I think I've seen that before. I think it's probably like this. And that just helps me like quantify and be like, ah. There's an occasional other thing that will tie into resources. What, like a supply drop? That immediately makes me think it's like a supply drop. Stop that, bugger. Amazing how good those lines are for actually adding texture to this. And one of the Magnushrooms abilities turns enemy projectiles into a bit of resources. Wonder how, like... That's fascinating. Imagine getting shot and just turning it into ammunition. That's something that I don't think I've seen before in any of the ones that I've played, at least. I'd be curious to see, like, how that would actually end up playing. Got bumped out of the base roster. Oof. Poor little feller. Got put on the bench. He's been benched. Poor little feller. That just tickle your funny bone a little bit there, poor little feller. Yeehaw. Pour one out for the little feller. He's. Older, yeah, but he can still be a little feller. You can call me. Don't tip me. I might. Stupid little turds that pop up. This is just because of the way this drawing pad works sometimes. Acting thing. There's so many weird quirks on this drawing pad. Like that, right there. Like, so many quirks. Can be a little aggravating to deal with. Let's see. I want to do anything in here because this is really do that. Then something like that there. Do you know what you're gonna add for her, or are you just like YOLOing it? Shrug. Okay, fair enough. Question answered. Question answered. Dolphy doesn't know. Let's do something weird, and let's go ahead and put some shading on that mountain just because I want to. Ow. Because I'm curious to see what this looks like with shading applied. And we are going to use, I think, a saturation difference to do the shading. I keep, like, this has been in my head of people, like, saying that it looks better if you do saturation instead of just, like, a black layer. So let's just see what happens. Let's see how right they are. All right, let's do this. You have decided on the costumes at least. No, that's at least part of the battle figured out. What you got? In before bunny outfit. Wait, we don't have any music. Oh my god, it's 10:30. Wait, we have music. It's such a shit song. It's Dialga's fight to the finish, but there's basically nothing going on. What do you mean? Yeah, there'll be her in pajamas because her hair is down in that outfit. Fair enough. This song is awful because I just can't hear it. The audio balancing on this playlist is really bad. We're gonna do 2 different shades of darkness here and see what we end up with. Just 'cause I'm kind of curious. I've never tried this before. I want to see what happens. I'm gonna do darker darkness, and then we'll do like lighter darkness to like indicate which ones are like full shadow and which ones are partial shadow. I'm really glad I'm doing a saturation on this because that'll make it much easier to do the other shading. Wondering, because of the way this angle's coming down, I kind of get the impression that this is going to be the... That makes me think that's going to be dark too, and then this is going to be the... Yeah. Why are we jazz all of a sudden? What happened? This playlist is all over the place. Like, at least with the lo-fi stuff, it was just lo-fi from beginning to end. This is just like YOLO, whatever they felt like at any given moment. I think there's gonna be like some really dark shadow down in here, honestly. I think this is where we see a little bit of it pop out. Maybe from like right here to this is where we see it. And then now we're really gonna have some dark shadow in here. Let's do the cliffs. So I know how weird this rock formation probably looks, just like from a geology standpoint, where it's a plateau and then this weird like mountainous formation on top of it. That's just the way it looks. I'm aware that like if this was real life, you'd never see this, but in this universe, that's just the way it is. It's a plateau with these big mountainous things on them. Not like a true mountain, just kind of like frumpy looking. So that's going to be really dark shadow. This would be really dark shadow. Also, never used the word frumpy to describe a mountain, but here we are. And now we have another trance thing out of nowhere. This has been a very strange playlist. Definitely not quite like our usual playlists. Alright, now let's do a layer below that, and let's take that shading color and let's knock it down a little bit and see what that looks like. That this way. let's take that. Let's just grab off of that and then. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, now we'll use this to get the lighter shading. I have absolutely no idea what this song is, by the way. This is like very odd. I do not have any idea. I'm gonna try something. We just put like a shading stripe here, following that, and make it like really thin. Nah, I don't like that. Just stick with sharper lines like this. And then here is where we would want that shading line. Stuff like this, where it's like on the edge. And then I think this would fall in the same. This is where it's like not getting full sun, but it's kind of tilted away, so it's getting like half shading. I think this will help blend this entire mountain together. I want to get this done for tonight, and then I think we're good here. We got a lot of stuff done on this tonight. This was really good progress, and we're in a good spot to wrap this up pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast. We're in a good spot to wrap this up within like next week or two, I should say. I definitely am going to work on this more off stream though, because if I don't do it off stream, we're going to be stuck here for a little while. And I definitely want to move on to the next piece, because the next piece is going to be infinitely more challenging than this. What the fuck is this song? Yeah, I definitely want this thing to, this structure here to have some of the shading. Okay, and then that, and then this whole thing can be one solid piece like that. So for the clouds, I think what we're going to do is we're going to treat the clouds as a separate object entirely, and then I can just reuse them in other projects and just keep adding more clouds over on. So I think we're going to make another file literally and just call it clouds, and we'll use that to make cloud layers. I might turn down the opacity on that a little bit just to... You died! How? How did you die? I saw it. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. What happened? Something just smacked my window. Whoops, I went way too far. Shit. Also, is that real time in minutes? Threw 9 billion grenades at you and you exploded. Damn. Like an actual human player was just like, screw this guy, it just took you out. That real time is hours? What the fuck? Okay, so a non-human thing actually zapped you. Oh my god, that's a lot of hours. Jeez. Okay. I think the mountains are pretty close to being fine. Maybe turn down the opacity just slightly, just to lessen that, yeah, lessen that shading just a little bit. I think that looks fine. In-game time was how much of that was actually playing? 19 minutes. So you played it for 19 minutes and then you had it open for 648 hours. How many days is that has been open? Let's see, shall we? What is the math on that? I can't do that math that quickly in my head. Jesus Christ, you've had it open for basically a month. Even if the game is closed. Okay, that makes more sense. I was sitting here trying to ponder the fact of like you having it open for a full month running in the background. All right, so the next things I need to attack on this piece is I need to make the clouds. I need to suck it up and go back to the trees and finish the trees, because the trees are not done, obviously. There's still more detailing on the trees that need to be done. So those two are high priority. And then I want to return to the pond, because there's lots of detailing to do on the pond still. I just wanted to get away from it for a little bit. There needs to be ripple effects that are probably going to be animated, which is going to suck. But I think they have to be in there, so I'm going to try and cheat them in an easy way. So we'll see how that ends up looking. There's going to be a few more pond plants that I think I want to add. And then we have to attack the sand and get the sand right. And then when the sand is right, we can attack the rocks. And then when the rocks are done, we put the sun in the sky, and I think this gets stamped. So this probably has somewhere around... probably, I'd say maybe 7 hours of focus left before it's done. And that's notwithstanding me doing anything weird with like texture patterns and things like that. So we'll see. I'm going to put in more time on this, probably on the weekend. Yeah, I definitely want to try and find more time for this on the weekend, but we'll see what I end up able to do with all the other things that are on my list of things to do. You're gonna post something funny? How many interests do you share with Dolphy? Okay, I can tell you right now, I do not have any bingos. I would say that I only have 4 or 5 of these checked. Interesting thing though, I've never seen a bingo sheet like this before. There's like one person you've met that would have a bingo on this. Only one. I have a feeling that Infernals... Oh, Infernals are not going to be the same as mine, because he's going to have Bloons TD6 marked, and I don't. Did I say 6? I meant 5. Did I say 6? Tired. Thinking. Yeah, I've got 5. I marked solidly Minecraft. Oh, you marked Doki Doki Literature Club. I marked Minecraft, Super Mario, Pikmin, and Pokemon, and then tentatively checkmarked Splatoon because I did speedrun that back in the day and I enjoyed it. Those are my 5. Yeah. None of the other ones would even be considered. All the other ones are outside my realm of personal interests. What the hell's a lemon demon? What the hell's a lemon demon, and why does that sound like what we were discussing earlier with sour candy? Oh man, I did not sleep last night. So looking forward to going. Lemon Demon is a band. I should have guessed that. I could have guessed that, but I didn't. What would be mine on here? Warhammer would be on here. Obviously, Pokemon and Pikmin would be on here. My book stuff would be on here. My art stuff would be on here. I don't know what other video games would be on here. I had to sit here and like seriously consider this. I might actually upload something for this just because I find this template fascinating. So I'll get back to you on that one. All right. I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight because I don't want to do anything else with this right now. I think that's a good place to call it. I will say there is a reasonable chance I might end up doing a bonus stream over the weekend for this. It depends on what happens on Saturday. If it doesn't happen on Saturday, it probably won't happen on Sunday. Depends on what time availability I have with all the other things that I have on my plate. But I find that when I'm streaming and doing this, I focus a little better. Hell yeah, I get to go to sleep! Exclamation mark. Is that in regards to like the weekend, like a potential bonus stream because it'll put you to sleep, or as in we're done streaming for the night so you get to go to sleep and you don't feel like you have to stay up any longer? Because I could read it both ways. Because this would be the type of stream that would be really good to fall asleep to. No surprises, no random screams, just chill the whole way through. EP now, hell yeah, me too, brother. I'm gonna go and I'm about to devour some fucking melatonin and some L-theanine. I'm gonna pop some Advil PM, and I am going to just honk the heck out. And then bang out the pipes! Yeah, he'll think that everything is fine and dandy. He'll have the stream on, he'll be about to fall asleep, and then we're just gonna hit him up with the, you know... Oh, we both did it! So does it go off twice? There it is. That was a really long delay. That was a really long delay. Yeah, that's kind of where I was like, I guess it's not gonna go off, and then it hit, and I was like, okay, sure. Why did it take so long? That was like such a weirdly long delay. Like, we're gonna wait a solid 30 seconds before we trigger the second one. Make everyone think it's not gonna happen, and then we'll get them. But yeah, that'd be a hell of a sound to wake up to. That's a great alarm sound. Also, it did get quieter, and I don't know why, but I'm not gonna complain. Because it was a little loud before. Wait a minute. Where is... I know why. Oh my god, that's funny. That is so funny. I did not think that that would be... I didn't think that would be part of the fallout. I didn't think about that affecting it. So, the reason why everything is so much quieter is because I turned my overall system volume down by half the other day. Because what was happening is because my system volume was so high, I was having to turn the volume slider on all the YouTube videos that I was listening to down to the smallest sliver, and I was sick of dealing with it. So I was like, I'm going to just crank my system volume down and adjust everything up to make up for it. And that is one of the things that got hit, and it did not occur to me that that would be hit. Because by lowering my system volume by 50%, it whacked all of the sounds by 50% because it runs them through my system first and then plays those through. That is crazy. I did not expect that interaction at all, but that makes complete sense now that I've seen it. Holy shit. Wow. All right, well, pipes got nerfed. Not a bad thing. Projectile dysfunction got nerfed. That's unfortunate. I like projectile dysfunction. That's my favorite one, I think, out of all the ones we have. It's not loud. It doesn't make my heart skip a beat. It just is funny. My feeling when my boner gets nerfed. It's been cut in half. My feeling when my boner gets cut in half. And I'm suddenly half the man I used to be. Add a laugh track redemption? I mean, actually, that'd be pretty easy to do and probably wouldn't be, that'd probably be fine. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. I'll see. I'll see about that over this weekend. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It's not going to happen this weekend. I'm just going to go ahead and say it will not happen this weekend. Almost no way, because I don't think I'm going to have any time between all the other things that are on my to-do list. I think my to-do list by itself already is going to be highly competitive. Because that to-do list that I have doesn't even include finding time to do, like, miniature painting, and I really want to do some mini painting, because I haven't done it in a long time. I really miss doing it, but so goes with having so much things to do. Don't forget to run the Dino Wipe on the server. I am going to start opening that right now, before I forget. I don't think I can fire off that command through the portal. I'm pretty sure I have to do that through, Actually, let me look that up. Do I have to? Let me look. Hang on. By using enable on server restart setting or by using an in-game adding command. Enable Dino Wipe on. Nah. That would require me to do something weird. Well, actually, that'd probably be fine. I'm just going to do it in Nitrado and just set up something new and just see what happens. If I break anything, then oh well. If I break it, I break it. Or take offense. Norm's wife is weak as fuck, no offense. Was! Jesus Christ. Ow. Ow, right in the dead wife. Oh no, they got me right in the dead wife. How unfortunate. Deaf wife. I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife. Where is that command? There it is. Do it once? Save changes? I might be doing it right now. I'm in the process of firing it off, so it'll be ready the next time that you're on. Alright, I'm hitting restart server. Hypothetically, this should work, or it might break the server. We'll see. Fun, experimentation. Alright, that takes care of that. I did the thing. I have a way to do it now through the web interface, so if I need to do it again tomorrow, let me know, and I'll be able to fire it off pretty quickly, because it won't require me to log in, which means that that's safe, because I'll be at work, and I technically won't be logged into a video game. I'll just do that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Alright. Good stream. Got a lot done. Very productive. Want to get more done. Really enjoying working on art right now. This is definitely my vibe. I will be back on Friday. We'll see what I do. I don't know what it is. And then we'll see if there's a bonus stream because I want to work on more art stuff. As always, thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining. Hopefully it was relaxing. And until next stream, I'll catch you all in Discord or in next stream, whichever one happens first. And as we usually do, bye! Well, it's awkward now because there's this pause. I couldn't click the